041 The mutual benefit of the family model, by Jing Chong and hashtag 039's attention. For collection, according to the report submitted by the security team, Bai Zion successfully eliminated a primary bronze-level mutant candle flame spider leader. When Bai Jingchong saw this, Bai Jingchong was shocked. According to the description above in the report, the white-scaled fish at that time should only have the strength of the 8th rank inflow. The strength of not entering the 8th rank directly crossed the big realm of the black iron rank, and killed the mutated candle flame spider leader of the primary bronze. Such an increase in combat power is too exaggerated. Although this is because the water-based skills of the white-scaled fish have a greater restraint effect on the fire-based mutant candle flame spider leader. However, even with an advantage in attributes, it is impossible to fight across such a large realm. Therefore, Bai Jingchong is looking forward to seeing Bai Zion. Xiaoan, summon your white-scaled fish and let Grandpa take a look. Thinking of this, Bai Jingchong said to Bai Zion. Bai Zion naturally had no objection to this, and directly summoned the white-scaled fish. Bai Jingchong couldn't help but stare at Bai Zion when he was summoned by Bai Zion. Sure enough, the white-scaled fish really stepped into the 9th order realm. Moreover, Bai Jingchong can feel it. The energy contained in the white-scaled fish is definitely far more than its counterparts. Even some black iron level spirit beasts can't match it. Bai Zion really found a treasure. At the beginning, among the few spirit beast eggs that the red-eyed golden-striped fish took out, this spirit beast egg looked the worst, but Bai Zion insisted on that spirit beast egg. It now appears that Bai Zion's choice is correct. Sure enough, the effect of the S-level talent super intuition is really amazing, and it can bring extraordinary effects to Bai Zion. In this way, he should let go of the evolution of the white-scaled fish and let Bai Zion take the lead. For a time, Bai Jingchong fell into deep thought. Yes, Bai Jingchong didn't forget that Bai Zion wanted him to prepare evolutionary materials. Although the previous Bai Jingchong had already agreed to this matter. However, according to Bai Jingchong's idea, he was going to wait for Bai Zion to return, and then do Bai Zion's ideological work, hoping that Bai Zion would not take risks. After all, the evolution chain thing is too important. An evolutionary path that has no future is too dangerous. But now, seeing Bai Zion's selection and cultivation of white-scale fish, Bai Jingchong hesitated. Bai Zion's S-rank talent super intuition is great. With the help of this talent, Bai Zion may be able to blaze a new path. Maybe, the white-scale fish can surpass its mother, surpass the realm of diamonds, and step into the amethyst level. This is Bai Jingchong's idea. Thinking of this, Bai Jingchong has already made up his mind. Bai Zion didn't know that when Bai Jingchong saw the condition of the white-scaled fish, he had decided not to interfere with the evolution of the white-scaled fish. Bai Zion still doesn't know about this matter, and is still talking about his experience. By the way, Grandpa, these two spirit beast eggs are the descendants of the mutant candle flame spider leader. If they are cultivated well, maybe a brand new spider spirit beast species can be created. Bai Zion took out the spirit beast eggs of the two mutant candle flame spiders and gave them directly to Bai Jingchong. Although these two spirit beast eggs are very valuable, Bai Zion did not intend to keep them, but planned to keep them at home. On the one hand, these two spirit beast eggs can only play a greater role if they stay in the Bai family. On the other hand, because of resources, Bai Zion is not lacking. No matter what resources he needs, the Bai family will prepare them for him. It can be said that during his growth, he received huge support from the Bai family. In this way, Bai Zion will not hesitate when he can give back to the Bai family. This is the mutual feedback of the family model. In this regard, Bai Jingchong did not refuse, but put away the two mutant candle flame spiders and prepared to hand them over to the trainer of the Bai family to see if they could come up with an industrial chain. By the way, I heard Bai Ji say, when you were in Candle Volcano, you recruited a female high school student from Minanjian City. Is there anything special about that female high school student that makes you so concerned? Bai Jingchong seemed to remember something and asked about Kikiaogubai. In other words, apart from the evolution of the white-scaled fish, Bai Jingchong is more interested in the matter of recruiting Kyogubai to Bai Zion. He was very curious why Bai Zion suddenly recruited a newcomer, and he was still a newcomer. Judging from Xiaogubai's information, there seems to be nothing special about it. It's hard to believe that Bai Zion's heart started to shake. If that's the case, as a grandfather, he wouldn't mind helping Bai Zion make arrangements. After all, whether the Bai family can prosper for a long time depends on whether Bai Zion can flourish. Grandpa, where did you go? Bai Zion looked at Bai Jingchong speechlessly. Seeing his expression, Bai Zion immediately knew that his grandfather was a little confused, thinking that he was attracted by Kyogobai's appearance. There is a special reason why I recruited Xiaogobai. Grandpa, don't underestimate Xiaogobai, her talent is amazing. If I'm not mistaken, her talent should be the S-rank mystery talent luck. Bai Zion spoke slowly and told Kyogobai's secret. As soon as these words came out, Bai Jingchong's expression changed greatly. Xiaoan, can you be sure that this matter is really an S-level talent? And it's a luck talent related to the mystery. Bai Jingchong's face became very serious. S-level talent, mystery, luck. As long as one of these words appears, it is enough for Bai Jingchong to pay attention. As a result, I did not expect that these words would appear in one person. If this matter is true, then he will definitely use all methods to keep Xiaogobai in the Bai family. It's 90% possible. When Kyogobei and I met on the centipede train, I had a hunch. After that, I asked Sister Bai Xiao to investigate Xiaogobei's information. After reading her profile, I can basically be sure. Bai Zion nodded and slowly spoke about Kyogobei. He naturally couldn't tell Bai Jingchong what he discovered through the Eye of Apocalypse. Therefore, Bai Zion can only find a reason. Fortunately, his special S-level talent super intuition was related to intuition and premonition, and it just happened to be his best excuse. Asterisk, I didn't expect that there are such talents in Balan City. Fortunately, your talent is special, otherwise, we would miss such talent. After knowing the situation of Kyogobei, Bai Jingchong let out a sigh. He didn't think that there was such a reason behind this incident. However, this is a real thing. After all, the talent of luck is too ethereal. Even if Xiaogobai awakened such a talent, if Bai Zion hadn't stumbled upon it, it would have been completely silent, and it would have been dull in the end. However, it is different now. Let the Bai family train Kyogobei, and maybe a powerful beast master can be trained. Maybe, after countless years, Kyogobei can also become a trump card of the Bai family. Thinking of this, Bai Jingchong had already decided to let the Bai family give Kyogobei some resources to cultivate Kyogobei well. By the way, Xiaoan, you shouldn't have told others about Xiaogobei's talent, right? Bai Jingchong seemed to remember something and said to Bai Zion, the special thing about Kyogobei is her talent. This talent can be big or small. If it leaks out, it may cause unnecessary trouble. No, I won't leak it either. Bai Zion shook his head. The importance of this matter is very clear in his heart, and naturally he will not say it. In fact, besides Bai Jingchong, Bai Zion didn't tell the third person. Even his parents, Bai Zion, didn't say anything about Kyogobei. After all, the less people know about this, the better. In this regard, Bai Jingchong was relieved. Of course, Bai Zion did not forget to tell Bai Jingchong about Kyogobei's talent. After these things were over, Kyogobei's affairs came to an end temporarily. The evolution materials you mentioned earlier, I have already collected them for you, and they are all in the treasure house at home. If you want to let the white-scaled fish evolve, don't be too hasty. Bai Jingchong talked about the evolution of white-scale fish. This time, he didn't say anything more, just asked Bai Zion to be calm and not be too anxious. Okay, Grandpa. Bai Zion was a little surprised by this. He didn't expect that Bai Jingchong didn't plan to preach. This made Bai Zion a little puzzled, but he didn't say anything, but thanked Bai Jingchong. Afterwards, Bai Zion said goodbye to Bai Jingchong and prepared to return home. All kinds of trivial things have been dealt with. Next, it's time for him to let the white-scaled fish prepare for evolution. As for Bai Zion's troubles in Candlelight Market, including teaching the skinny beast master a lesson, Bai Jingchong didn't mention it at all. Because this matter is just a trivial matter for him. What kind of thing is it to teach a little dude a lesson? On this point, both grandfather and grandson have a tacit understanding. Soon, Bai Zion left the office center and returned to the city lord's mansion. However, Bai Zion did not return to his room directly, but went directly to the lake behind the villa and summoned the white-scaled fish. "White-scaled fish, you stay here temporarily and have a good rest for a while," Bai Zion said to the white-scale fish. Before the evolution of the white-scale fish, Bai Zion also needs to prepare. Just right, let the white-scale fish go back to its mother and rest for a few days. In this regard, the white-scale fish is very happy. After that, Bai Zion left the lake, returned to the villa, and came to the underground treasure house. The heart of the white shadow water whale, Ma Shuangmao, Bayan Liu, white bone, armor. In such a short time, all these materials have been collected completely. Great, in this way, as long as the refining of the evolutionary materials is completed, the evolution of the white-scaled fish can begin. Bai Zion muttered happily. The Bai family is worthy of being the first family in Balan City. In a short period of time, they have gathered all the materials that Bai Zion needs. This made Bai Zion very happy. As for how to evolve the white-scaled fish, another thing needs to be done. That is the refining of evolutionary materials. If the white-scaled fish wants to evolve, it is not necessary to collect all the materials and pile them all in front of the white-scaled fish, so that the white-scaled fish can evolve. In this process, Bai Zion also needs to process some auxiliary materials to make a special auxiliary liquid. Finally, put the white-scaled fish into the auxiliary spiritual liquid pool, and cooperate with the main materials such as the heart of the white-shadowed water whale, so that the white-scaled fish can completely complete its evolution. This is how the white-scale fish evolved. Therefore, Bai Zion will say that some preparation time is needed. Of course, Bai Zion didn't plan to let the Bai family's trainer handle this preparation. Because for Bai Zion, the evolution of the white-scaled fish is the most important thing. For this matter, he absolutely does not allow the slightest mistake. Thinking of this, Bai Zion brought all the materials into a vacant room. Let Bai Ji and Bai Xiao patrol the outside, and do not allow anyone to approach to ensure privacy. After the completion of this matter, Bai Zion began to develop the spiritual liquid. Although Bai Zion has not done such a thing. However, with the help of Eye of Apocalypse, Bai Zion can perfectly grasp the refining process. After a little while, Bai Zion finally finished this thing. Next, as long as you wait for a day, the spiritual liquid is completely formed, and the white-scaled fish can evolve? Bai Zion murmured. Exactly, he can take advantage of this time to have a good rest. Of course, that being said, Bai Zion did not rest, but sorted out his gains. This trip to the Candlelight City, Bai Zion has a total of several achievements. The white-scaled fish has broken through to the 9th order of inflow, so there is no need to say more about it. The second harvest, that is, what was obtained from the leader of the mutant candle flame spider. The crystal nucleus and various materials of the mutant candle flame spider leader, as well as a special awakening source stone. The third harvest, that is, the incomplete king-level spirit beast crystal nucleus obtained on the black market of Candlelight City. This is Bai Zion's main takeaway. These things like crystal nucleus, Bai Zion can't use it temporarily. Therefore, Bai Zion's focus is on the awakening originium. What should I do with this awakening origin stone, so that the white-scaled fish can awaken another talent? Bai Zion was lost in thought, thinking about this question. Asterisk 043 The method to awaken the 2-beast master talent, SSSS level talent? For collection, what should he do with the awakening origin stone he obtained from the leader of the mutant candle flame spider? This is an issue that needs careful consideration. Judging from the current situation, Bai Zion seems to have only one choice, and that is to use it for the white-scale fish. After all, Bai Zion currently only has the pet beast, the white-scaled fish. However, once the white-scale fish evolves, it breaks through to the black iron level. Bai Zion can contract the second beast. At that time, Bai Zion can also give the awakening originium to the second pet. This is the reason for Bai Zion's hesitation. He was thinking about what to do to maximize the benefits. Having said that, human beings can also awaken the talent of beast fighting, so can this awakening source stone allow me to awaken the second talent of beast defense? Bai Zion had a flash of light, and seemed to think of something, and suddenly said a word. Thinking about it carefully, the function of awakening originium is to help creatures awaken a new talent. This ability is very similar to the awakening god stone of the Kyushu Federation, that is, the seed of the ancient tree of life. On the other hand, there is a saying in the human race. That is, the human race is actually a kind of spirit beast. After all, spirit beasts have all kinds of talents, and humans can also awaken the beast-defying talents. There doesn't seem to be much difference between the two. What's more, the human's beast-fighting talent and the spiritual beast's talent level use the same evaluation system. All are from F to SSS judging criteria. So, Zion is thinking about a problem. Can he use the Awakening Origin Stone to awaken the second kind of beast-mastering talent? If this conjecture can really be realized, it would be a bit out of the sky. A brand new talent for fighting beasts will definitely be of great help to Zion. After all, Zion can bless his pet beasts through his beast-fighting talent. If he acquires a new talent for guarding beasts, it means that he has a new talent for guarding beasts. It can be said that this is the way to maximize the benefits. However, Zion is not sure whether this crazy idea can be realized. If you want to know if it can be used on me, it's not easy. Just ask Eye of Apocalypse directly. Zion murmured. If you want to know the answer, it is not too simple for Zion. Just use the Eye of Apocalypse talent directly. After all, the Eye of Apocalypse has the function of pseudo-all-knowing. As long as Zion has doubts in his heart, he will definitely get an answer. Thinking of this, Zion started to use the Eye of Apocalypse, and silently thought about this question in his heart. In almost a second, an entry appeared in front of Zion's eyes. You are studying the method of using the Awakening Origin Stone to awaken the new talent of Beast Masters, and obtain the enlightenment of heaven. The first method, carry the Awakening Originium with you. After a period of influence, there is a certain probability of awakening FD-level talents, available once every 1 year. The second method, directly insert the Awakening Origin Stone into one's body, and there is a certain probability of awakening CA-level talents, available once every 5 years. The third method, use the Awakening Source Stone as the main material, and supplement it with Nixia secret leaves, King Yunlu, Tianyuan tears, and other things. Make it into the Awakening Source liquid. Soak it for a day and a night. There is a certain probability of awakening SSSS level talent. Currently available. Sure enough, my idea is feasible. Awakening the Source Stone can really help me awaken the second Beast Master talent. Furthermore, there is a big difference between the different ways of using the Awakening Origin Stone and the awakened second Beast Mastering talent. Zion's eye suddenly lit up after seeing the heavenly Deo prompt from the Eye of Apocalypse. When using Eye of Apocalypse, Zion played a careful trick. Directly ask Eye of Apocalypse how to use the Awakening Origin Stone to help him awaken his second talent. If the answer is no, it proves that the Awakening Originium cannot be used on humans. If you answer all the options, it proves that it is feasible to awaken the second beast-fighting talent for human beings. What's more, Zion can get the answer directly without having to ask again. As it turns out, he was right. Not only did he get the answers, he even got the methods. 3 methods. The former leader of the mutant candle flame spider should use the second method. Fortunately, it uses the second method. Otherwise, the Awakening Originium will disappear completely. Zion studied the options and muttered to himself. The previous leader of the mutant candle flame spider should have swallowed the Awakening Originium by chance, forming a condition similar to the second option. For this reason, the mutant candle flame spider leader awakened the B-level talent lava body. After that, there was a way to awaken the Originium and fall into Zion's hands. As for Zion's choice, it goes without saying. How could he choose those low-level talents when he could awaken SSSS-level talents? Zion really felt the benefits of a powerful talent. Zion felt very clearly how much benefit his mythical talent had brought him. Therefore, if there is a chance to awaken an SSSS talent, it is impossible for him to make other choices. Even after awakening the SSSS level talent, you need to consume an Awakening Origin Stone. Yes, if you want to awaken SSSS level talents, you must consume an Awakening Originium. Because according to the contents of Tiandeo's reminder, when making the Awakening Source liquid, the Awakening Source Stone needs to be melted into it. Once melted, it can no longer be used. It can be said that in the case of awakening SSSS level talents, Awakening Originium is a consumable item. If you are only satisfied with low-level talents, then you can save the Awakening Originium. just like the case of the mutant candle flame spider leader. It uses the second method. Therefore, the awakening originium did not disappear, but stayed in its body. After Bizion kills the leader of the mutant candle flame spider, he can take out the awakening originium. To be honest, for a family, obviously the first or second method is more used. This can make most members of the family awaken the second talent. However, after careful consideration, Bizion still did not intend to use such a method. On the one hand, his second talent for SSSS level talent is inevitable. On the other hand, if he helps his family awaken the second talent, it may expose the existence of the awakening originium. At that time, there may be a lot of unnecessary troubles. After all, Bizion knew very well how precious the awakening originium was. He is not sure that after the existence of the awakening originium is leaked, he still has the ability to keep the awakening originium. *044 Material level, Diamond level resource? For collection, what's more, with the first method and the second method, a cooling period of 1 or 5 years is required after use. In other words, once Bizion uses the awakening originium, he helps his family to awaken new talents. In such a short period of time, he will not even think about awakening his second talent. As for the reason, Bizion can probably guess. Perhaps, the use of awakening originium requires a period of time to accumulate energy. However, this time is too long for Bizion. A year from now, no one is sure what the world will be like. Turn the resources at hand into your own strength as much as possible. This is the safest way. Thinking of this, Bizion has now made up his mind. This time, he had to be selfish and keep the awakening originium for himself. However, if he has the opportunity to obtain a second awakening origin stone after he grows up, he would be happy to use it on his family. However, the materials for making the awakening origin liquid seem to be a bit rare. Bizion murmured in his heart, researching the materials needed to make the source of awakening. As for the other materials, Nixia's secret leaf, King Yunlu, and Tianyuan tea seem to be particularly precious materials. According to the level of spirit beasts, this is at least a diamond level material. Yes, resources and materials also have a hierarchy. As for the grades of various materials, it corresponds to the grades of spirit beasts. After all, many special resources or materials are obtained from spirit beasts. This is the best way to use the strength of the spirit beast as the judgment of the material level. As for the awakening origin stone in Bizion's hands, at least it is beyond the king level, or even epic level material. It's a bit too far. Let's go back to the 3 materials of Nixia's secret leaf, King Yunlu, and Tianyuan tea. Judging from the current situation, these 3 treasures, he knows one treasure. That is Nixia's secret leaf. If Bizion remembers correctly, Grandpa Baijing Chong seems to have a Nixia's secret leaf on his body. Of course, with diamond-level materials, Baijing Chong naturally couldn't stay in the city lord's mansion, but carried it with him. As for how Bizion knew about this, it was related to the Eye of Apocalypse. At the beginning, when Bizion successfully awakened the Eye of Apocalypse in the awakening ceremony, he was very curious about the ability of Eye of Apocalypse. For this reason, Bizion kept using the Eye of Apocalypse in the awakening ceremony. It can be said that almost everyone present was scanned by Bizion. Baijing Chong is no exception. It was at that time that Bizion discovered that Baijing Chong was carrying some precious resources. This is also normal. It is like the mutated candle flame spider leader crystal nucleus that Bizion obtained before, and the incomplete crystal nucleus of the king-level spiritual beast, the red light flame sparrow. Bizion will not stay in the family treasure house, but take it with him. After all, these 2 treasures are too precious. Bizion didn't feel relieved that he didn't put it on himself. Among the treasures that Baijing Chong carried, one of them was Nixia. Miyi. Judging by how much Baijing Chong loves Bizion, if Bizion opens his mouth, Baijing Chong will definitely not refuse. In other words, Bizion just had to look for the other 2. That is to say, he only needs to look for King Yunlu and Tianyuan Li. As long as these 2 materials are found, Bizion can arrange the second talent. Thinking of this, Bizion has now made up his mind. Thinking of this, Bizion went to the office center again and came to Baijing Chong. Grandpa, I need some special materials, including Nixia's secret leaf, King Yunlu, and Tianyuan tears. You can help me collect them. Bai Zion came directly to Bai Jingcheng and told his needs. Bai Zion knew very well in his heart that this matter could not be concealed from Bai Jingcheng. Therefore, he simply said it directly and asked Bai Jingcheng to help him collect it. Of course, Bai Zion didn't say anything about Bai Jingcheng's possession of Nixia's secret leaf. After all, he couldn't explain clearly why he knew about this matter and could only include it in the material list. Xiaoan, what do you need so many advanced materials for? Hearing Bai Zion's nursing home, Bai Jingcheng was a little surprised. Other materials are not bad, although they are more precious materials. But for the Bai family, it is still easy to obtain. However, the three materials at the head are all diamond-level materials, so it goes without saying that they are difficult to obtain. Although the Nixia secret leaf, one of the three main ingredients, is on Bai Jingcheng. However, this resource is too precious, and Bai Jingcheng himself will not use it easily. Of course, this is not the case. Bai Jingcheng is reluctant to give it to Bai Zion. However, this is not an ordinary thing. He needs to understand what Bai Zion intends to do before deciding whether to give it to Bai Zion, so as not to be swayed by Bai Zion. I'm not studying the evolution of the white-scaled fish. Combined with the previous evolutionary chain of the white-scaled fish, I have another idea. If I want to try some, I need to use these materials. I have a hunch that this time, maybe I can create a brand new evolutionary chain of white-scaled fish. Bai Zion's face remained unchanged, and he never blinked when he told a lie. The matter of awakening the originium is a little special. He can't say it, he can only push it on the white-scaled fish. What's more, Bai Zion also brought out his mutated S-level talent super intuition. It has to be said that this is really a universal excuse. As long as there is something, it is always right to push the mutant S-level talent super intuition directly. In fact it is. Hearing Bai Zion's words, Bai Jingcheng hesitated. Well, Grandpa will help you this time. However, when the white-scaled fish evolves, I must be watching. Bai Jingcheng thought for a while, and he had already made a decision in his heart. Bai Jingcheng is very concerned about Bai Zion's affairs and hopes that Bai Zion can grow up. To be honest, Bai Jingcheng has great expectations for Bai Zion, hoping that he can do something that he did not do in the past. Therefore, he basically would not refuse Bai Zion's request. However, this matter was too important, and he wanted to watch it while the white-scaled fish was evolving, lest anything happen to Bai Zion. Asterisk 045 The evolution of the white-scale fish, the birth of the white shadow giant scale fish. For Bai Zion did not refuse Bai Jingcheng's request. Because evolution is a dangerous thing, it is also a good thing to have Bai Jingcheng beside him to protect him. In this regard, how could Bai Zion refuse? It can be said that this matter is settled. Bai Jingcheng promised to help Bai Zion to collect these materials. What's more, Bai Jingcheng took out a purple leaf on the spot and handed it directly to Bai Zion. This is the Nixia secret leaf, one of the three main ingredients. As Bai Zion thought, Bai Jingcheng will give Bai Zion the Nixia secret leaf. Bai Zion was very happy about this, and after thanking him repeatedly, he returned to the city lord's mansion. I have already obtained one of the three main materials for making the awakening origin liquid. As long as I obtain the remaining two, the second talent is basically done. Bai Zion murmured in his heart, feeling a little excited. But then again, these kinds of materials are very rare. Even Grandpa, it is not so easy to collect these two materials. I can't put all my hopes on Grandpa. Maybe, I need to go out for a walk myself to see if I can pick up the leak. Bai Zion murmured in his heart, thinking about this matter. Don't put your eggs in one basket, it's easy to understand. Therefore, Bai Zion is also prepared to look for it himself. When he has time, he will go to the various black markets and auctions in Belan City to have a look. Maybe there will be some discoveries. Of course, that's for later. For Bai Zion in front of him, the most important thing is to let the white-scale fish evolve. This is the right thing to do. For this reason, Bai Zion never left the house for the rest of the time, waiting quietly. Time flies, and a day flies by in a blink of an eye. Soon, the auxiliary spiritual liquid for the evolution of the white-scaled fish was completely formed. Bai Zion then went to the lake behind the villa and brought out the white-scale fish. At the same time, Bai Jingcheng also rushed back. It can be said that everything is ready, and now the white scale fish can start to evolve. Thinking of this, Bai Zion waved his hand and put the main evolution materials into the auxiliary spiritual liquid. Afterwards, Bai Zion let the white scale fish gold enter the Itcher pool. When the white-scaled fish entered the spiritual liquid pool, the material in the spiritual liquid pool seemed to have a special reaction with the white-scaled fish, and it was directly fused into the body of the white-scaled fish. Bai Jingchong, who was watching from the side, frowned slightly. Didn't Xiaoan say that he wants to use materials such as Nixia secret leaf, King Yunle, and Tianyuan tears to help the white-scaled fish evolve? Now, the white-scaled fish doesn't seem to use these materials. Bai Jingchong had some doubts in his heart. After all, as Bai Zion said before, the use of Nixia secret leaf, King Yunle, and Tianyuan tears is to help the white-scaled fish evolve. But now it seems that these materials are not used. This made Bai Jingchong a little puzzled. However, he had no time to think about it slowly, because the evolution of the white-scaled fish has already begun. At this moment, a dazzling light burst out from the body of the white-scaled fish. This is the light of evolution. The light of evolution appears, which means that the white-scale fish has begun to evolve. It's finally started. Don't let me down. Bai Zion held his breath and stared at the white-scaled fish emitting a faint light. After a while, the light of evolution slowly disappeared. At the same time, the figure of the white-scaled fish has disappeared. Instead, it was a special big white fish. This is a large white fish with white jade-like scales, surrounded by a faint white shadow, and purple gold eyes, which looks very mighty. It can be said that apart from the illusory white shadow, the appearance of the white scale fish does not seem to have changed much. The only difference is that the size of this big white fish seems to be too big. The fish body that is more than 5 meters long looks very domineering, giving people a sense of oppression. However, the faint white shadow surrounding the fish gave it a light and illusory feeling, which looked very miraculous. At the same time, the Eye of Apocalypse was activated, and an entry of the Tao of Heaven appeared in front of Bai Zion's eyes. Race, White Shadow Giant Scale Fish, Water System, Realm, Primary Black Iron Talents, Royal. Speed, S, Power of Yin and Nether, S, Water Rupture, A, Phantom Lost, A, Qualification, Senior King Skills, Waterproof Speed, Purple Introduction, Water Erosion, Purple Introduction, Water Burst, Blue Xiaochang, Illusory White Shadow, Blue, Water Gun Impact, Green Xiaochang, Foam Layer, Green Dachshund, Introduction, born with amazing talent. Its size far exceeds that of the common scaly fish, and it also has the phantom talent of the white shadow water whale, which can confuse the enemy and reduce the probability of being attacked. After the evolution of the white-scaled fish, it not only gained a larger size, but also acquired new talents, and its aptitude potential has also become higher. Looking at the information after the evolution of the white-scaled fish, Bai Zion was a little surprised. To be honest, after the evolution of the white-scale fish, the data of the white shadow giant fish is very amazing, far exceeding Bai Zion's expectations. Bai Zion is aware of the fact that his body has grown bigger. After all, the first stage of evolution of the white-scaled fish was to evolve in the direction of the whale. What is the characteristic of whales? That is their huge size. Especially in the world of beasts, the size of the whale spirit beasts has become larger. Bai Zion was in school before and knew something. It is said that there is a special kind of whale spirit beast whose size is even comparable to that of a mountain. Therefore, it is normal for the body of the white-scaled fish to skyrocket. For this reason, Bai Zion doesn't pay attention to body type. What he cares about is new talent and new aptitude. After the white scale fish evolved into the white shadow giant scale fish, it actually acquired a new talent. A-level talent Phantom Lost. This was beyond Bai Zion's expectations. Bai Zion remembered that the phantom whale should be the talent of the white shadow water whale. Using the heart of the white shadow water whale as the main material for evolution, after successfully completing the evolution, you can actually get the talent of the white shadow water whale. This is somewhat surprising. Moreover, Bai Zion also discovered that after the white scale fish evolved into the white shadow giant scale fish, it also acquired a new blue skill, Phantom White Shadow. If he remembered correctly, this should also be the skill of the white shadow water whale. And it is also the innate skill of the white shadow water whale. Is it possible that the evolution of spirit beasts still has such gains? Star 046. The career route of spirit beasts. Kill the top bronze spirit beasts in twos. For collection, by Zion, who had some doubts in his heart, directly used the Eye of Apocalypse to understand this matter. You are studying the evolution of spirit beasts, whether you can acquire new talents and new skills, and obtain enlightenment from heaven. The evolution of spirit beasts does have a certain probability, and new talents and new skills can be obtained, which is related to the evolution of spirit beasts. The more advanced the evolution method used, the greater the benefits after evolution, and the more likely it is to acquire new talents or new skills. Looking at Tiandao's prompt, Bai Zion already understood the reason. In the final analysis, it is the reason of evolution. The more advanced the evolution method used, the better the evolution materials used, and the greater the benefits after evolution. As for the evolution of white scale fish, the evolution plan Bai Zion chose was the most advanced evolution method among the various evolution plans of the white-scaled fish. Once the evolution is completely completed, the white-scaled fish will evolve into Jushin Kunpeng and become a legendary god. It can be said that this is the top evolution method of white-scale fish. None of them. In addition, the evolution materials used by Bai Zion are also first class. After all, just the evolution of the black iron level, Bai Zion has already used gold level materials. With such an extravagant method of evolution, the evolved spirit beasts are naturally the best. Therefore, it is normal for a white-scaled fish to acquire new talents and new skills after it evolves into a white shadow giant-scaled fish. As for the promotion of aptitude, the promotion of a mid-level monarch to a high-level monarch is even simpler. Because the talent of the white-scaled fish has increased, the potential has become greater, and the improvement of aptitude is also a normal thing. This is the case with the white shadow giant fish. Speaking of which, if the white shadow giant scale fish continues to evolve in the future, wouldn't it be possible to obtain more talents? This is a great thing. After understanding the reason, Bai Zion was very happy. Even more, Bai Zion also thought of something. The evolution method of the Kunpeng route belongs to the top evolution method. After the evolution of the white-scaled fish, wouldn't it be possible to obtain more talents? If that's the case, then it's really happening. Maybe his pet beast will grow to a very amazing level. This is definitely good news for Bai Zion. After all, his pet beast can become stronger, and his strength will also be stronger. No one would refuse such a thing. After a while, Bai Zion put down this matter and prepared to familiarize himself with the abilities of the white shadow giant scale fish. However, at this time, Bai Jingchong, who was beside Bai Zion, finally couldn't help but speak. Xiaoan, after your white-scaled fish evolved, why is it so big? Or, are you going to let the white-scaled fish take the tank-type route with high defense? Bai Jingchong opened his mouth and looked directly at Bai Zion. To be honest, when Bai Zion wanted to collect the heart of the white shadow water whale, Bai Jingchong vaguely guessed Bai Zion's plan. The characteristics of spirit beasts are different, and the career paths they take are also different. Roughly speaking, the career paths of spirit beasts can be divided into 4 types. The first is a balanced fighter type. The second is a high burst, high damage assassin type. The third is a tank type with high defense and high recovery. Fourth, the auxiliary type of control protection. These are the 4 basic career paths of spirit beasts. It covers the 4 characteristics of both offense and defense, partial attack, partial defense, and auxiliary. Of course, in addition, there are more detailed divisions. For example, high-output archers, fast attackers with amazing attack speed, and career paths where various swords take a slanted edge. However, there is no need to explain them one by one. And the white shadow giant scale fish evolved from the white scale fish is indeed a bit amazing in size. You know, even Bai Zion's father Bai Chenzi's red-eyed silver-striped fish has grown to a golden level. However, even if the red-eyed silver-striped fish is already at the gold level, its body size is only about 3 meters. However, Bai Zion's white shadow giant scale fish, which has just been promoted to the black iron level, is more than 5 meters in size, nearly twice the size of the red-eyed silver-striped fish. This is indeed an exaggeration. It's impossible. Bai Zion is going to let the white scale fish go the tank route. After all, the bigger the body, the higher the defense. This is also a subtle perception. Tank type? I don't have such an idea for the time being. Bai Zion shook his head slightly. To be honest, the situation of the white shadow giant scalefish is a little special, and it can no longer be positioned according to the ordinary occupation line. As for what it is, Bai Zion is not sure. After all, the white-scaled fish has embarked on a special path. Well, Xiaoan, Grandpa will arrange some opponents for you and let your pet beast test it to see its specific situation. Bai Jingchong opened his mouth and said to Bai Zion, "Want to know the real situation of the white shadow giant scalefish? Simple, just arrange a few battles directly. Through the battle situation, the location of the white shadow giant scalefish can be determined." This is Bai Jingchong's idea. In this regard, Bai Zion's eyes lit up, but he did not refuse. Because this is also a good opportunity for the white shadow giant scalefish. So, for this matter, Bai Zion agreed. Thinking of this, Bai Jingchong made arrangements very quickly. In the Bai family's training ground, a canine blue spirit beast appeared. Opposite Bai Zion. This is a wild spirit beast captured by the Bai family, with the strength of top bronze. Yes, although Bai Zion's white-scaled fish has just completed its evolution into a primary black iron white-shaded giant fish. However, before the realm of white-scaled fish, when it was not in the 8th order, it once killed the leader of the mutant candle flame spider of the primary bronze. Now, the white-scaled fish has completed its evolution, and even stepping into the black iron level and arranging a top-level bronze opponent is also a very reasonable thing. Bai Zion naturally has no objection to this. Soon, the battle begins. Under Bai Zion's order, the white shadow giant scalefish began to move. The water burst. A powerful water column instantly erupted in the mouth of the white shadow giant scalefish. At the speed of lightning speed, it directly attacked the wild top bronze spirit beast. Boom! The water column hit the wild spirit beast and shattered it instantly. One-shot kill? Facing the opponent of the top bronze, Bai Zion's white shadow giant scalefish wiped it out with one move. *047 killing Bian at 2 levels, the Beastmaster and #039, as self-protection. Method? For collection, Bai Jingchong looked at the scene in front of him at the training ground of the Bai family and couldn't tell. He did not expect that the white shadow giant scalefish evolved from the white-scaled fish would directly kill the top bronze canine spirit beast with just one move. This kind of real combat power is too amazing. You must know that the white shadow giant scale fish is only the primary black iron level, and it is still a long way from the bronze level. However, in front of the white shadow giant scalefish, the top bronze level spirit beasts could not even resist a single move. Such combat power can even be called against the sky. Moreover, Bai Jingchong can be sure that this is not the true combat power of the white shadow giant scalefish. After all, the white shadow giant scalefish just used a trick to deal with the top bronze spirit beasts. It is difficult. The white shadow giant scalefish cannot even deal with silver-level spirit beasts. Thinking of this, Bai Jingchong's expression was shocked. If it is really as he guessed, then Bai Zion's white shadow giant scalefish is really going to go against the sky. Come on, find me a primary silver spirit beast. Thinking of this, Bai Jingchong hurriedly ordered his subordinates to find a low-level silver spirit beast, because he wants to verify his conjecture. Hearing Bai Jingchong's words, Bai Zion immediately understood that Bai Jingchong was trying to increase the difficulty of the test. However, Bai Zion did not refuse, because he also wanted to see how far the evolved white shadow giant scalefish can do. After a while, a primary silver wild spirit beast was sent over by the retainers of the Bai family. This is a wolf-like wild spirit beast, with a gray-black body, but the wolf claws are silver, exuding a golden luster, and it looks very fierce. In this regard, Bai Zion did not hesitate, and directly ordered the white shadow giant scalefish to attack this wild wolf-shaped spirit beast. Compared to the previous battles, this battle is not so easy. The two sides have come and gone, constantly attacking one after another. However, in the end, the white shadow giant scalefish is better. At the price of losing strength, the white shadow giant scalefish used the purple skill of water erosion to completely kill the wild wolf-shaped spirit beast. At this point, the battle came to an end. At this time, the true combat power of the White Shadow Giant Scalefish was thoroughly understood. The realm of primary black iron can fight the real combat power of primary silver. This is the case with the White Shadow Giant Fish. Even Bai Zion was a little surprised by this result. To be honest, Bai Zion knows the fighting power of the White Shadow Giant Scale Fish is very high. After all, no one knows his pet beast better than him. However, it was somewhat beyond Bai Zion's expectations that the White Shadow Giant Scalefish could do this. Such combat power is even more exaggerated than when it is not advanced. Before, when the white-scaled fish was still not in the 8th rank, it could fight at most elementary bronze spirit beasts. Now, the White Shadow Giant Scale Fish has stepped into the primary black iron, but it can deal with the primary silver spirit beast. Although the difference between the two seems to be small, the difference is still very obvious. To put it bluntly, the higher the realm, the lower the possibility of wanting a higher level challenge. Because when you reach a high realm, the gap in strength will be bigger. Therefore, Bai Zion was surprised. However, Bai Zion still understands why the White Shadow Giant Fish can do this. This is for evolutionary reasons. After the White Scalefish successfully evolved into the White Shadow Giant Scalefish, in addition to the level upgrade, all aspects of the ability have been greatly increased. This growth far exceeds the promotion of other spirit beasts. For this reason, this is the result. Of course, this is definitely a good thing for Bai Zion. Therefore, after Bai Zion was surprised, he suddenly became happy. After thinking about this, Bai Zion stopped thinking about it, and directly included the White Shadow Giant Scalefish into the mythical beast space. It can be said that the evolution of the white-scaled fish has brought huge benefits to Bai Zion. Of course, in addition to the benefits of the White Shadow Giant Scalefish itself, Bai Zion's benefits are not small. When the White Scalefish evolved into a White Shadow Giant Scalefish and successfully advanced to the Black Iron level, Bai Zion could feel that there was a special power in his body. This special power flows in Bai Zion's body, making Bai Zion stronger. Bai Zion is very clear that this is the power of the beast. The Beastmaster and the pet beast belong to the role of mutual benefit. Beastmasters can help pets grow, and when the pet grows up, it will give feedback to the Beastmaster. Bai Zion could feel that his physical fitness seemed to be greatly enhanced. There seems to be a steady stream of power within the body, which is constantly emerging. At this moment, Bai Zion officially became the Dark Iron Beastmaster. This is the huge benefit brought to Bai Zion after the evolution of pet beasts. However, what attracted Bai Zion's attention more was the increased power of beast fighting within his body after advancing to the Black Iron rank. To be honest, this is the real good thing for the Beastmaster. When the power of the Beastmaster grows to a certain scale, it can be condensed into a protective cover to protect the safety of the Beastmaster. This is the skill of the Beastmaster. Yes, the Beastmaster also has skills. This is a must. When the realm is still low, it is fine. The destructive power of the beast will not be too exaggerated. However, with the growth of strength, the power of the beast will become more and more exaggerated. If the pet beast grows to the gold level, or even the diamond level, it is not impossible to open mountains and rivers. At that time, how will the Beastmaster command the pet beasts to fight? Too close to the battlefield, it is easy to be affected by the aftermath of a large-scale battle. It is too far away from the battlefield, and it is impossible to give timely command to the pet beast battle. For this reason, powerful Beastmasters have done a lot of research on this matter. In the end, the Beastmasters finally made a major discovery. They found that as long as they use the power of the beast to condense into a protective cover, they can solve this problem very well. That's where the shield comes in. As for when the Beastmaster can condense into a protective cover, according to what Bai Zion learned in school, at least at the silver level, it is possible to condense the protective shield. Because when the strength is still weak, the power of the beast is too weak, and it is impossible to condense the protective cover. However, for some reason, Bai Zion felt that the power of the beast fighting force generated in his body seemed a bit amazing. If it is an ordinary black iron level Beastmaster, the power of the Beastmaster generated in their body is only the size of a hair. Then, the power of beast fighting generated in Bai Zion's body is at least the size of a small stream. This is Bai Zion's feeling. *048 The Secret of Bai Jing Chong, The World of Origin and the Secret World of One Spider Nest. For see, because the power of the beast in his body is too surging. There is a steady stream of emergence, and it seems that there is no time to stop. Bai Zion has an intuition. If he has the will, maybe he can condense the protective shield now. At least Bai Zion can do things that require a silver beast master. If such a thing were to be known to others, it would definitely be shocking. This made Bai Zion a little puzzled. I don't know why my situation is different from ordinary people. If you have doubts in your heart, clear your doubts. As for the method to solve the doubts, it is actually very simple. Just ask the Eye of Apocalypse directly. After all, the Eye of Apocalypse is the greatest authority in this regard. Thinking of this, Bai Zion directly used the Eye of Apocalypse. Soon, Bai Zion got the answer. The power of a beast master is related to many factors. The strength of the beast guarding talent, the level of the beast guarding space, and the strength of the pet beast. Combining many aspects, this gave birth to the power of the beast. It has something to do with the talent of the beast, the space of the beast, and the strength of the beast. No wonder my power of the beast is so amazing. Bai Zion showed a smile. Because in these aspects, he is definitely the best. Mythical talent, perfect mythical beast space, king level potential pet beast. To be honest, it is estimated that the entire mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests, and even the origin world where the Kyushu Federation is located, the comprehensive conditions can exceed Bai Zion's, and it is estimated that there are very few. Therefore, it seems normal that Bai Zion's power to control the beasts would be so amazing. Xiaoan, come with me. Just when Bai Zion was thinking wildly, Bai Jingcheng's voice came. Different from before, Bai Jingcheng's face at this time looked very serious, as if he had made an important decision. Yes, Grandpa. Bai Zion has some doubts in his heart. However, seeing that Bai Jingcheng is so serious, it is estimated that there is something important to say. For a while, Bai Zion also became serious. Thinking of this, Bai Zion followed Bai Jingcheng and walked out of the training ground. Soon, Bai Zion followed Bai Jingcheng to the study. Xiaoan, how much do you know about this world? Bai Jingcheng spoke slowly and asked about things in the world, as if he was taking an examination of Bai Zion. This made Bai Zion a little puzzled. Didn't Grandpa have something to explain to him, how to talk about the world? However, although Bai Zion had some doubts, he still answered Bai Jingcheng's question honestly. The 10,000 spider nest world we are in belongs to the medium-sized secret world. The base camp of our human race is the origin world, also known as the origin star. In the beginning, the major secret realms came, and the spirit beasts invaded the origin star, setting off the beginning of the civilization of the Beastmaster. After years of hard work, the human race gradually became stronger, and began to counterattack the major secret realms, using the source world as the base camp, and invaded the major secret realm worlds. The human race has established bases in various secret worlds, and let some people immigrate to the secret world suitable for the human race to live in, forming a human race-affiliated world. The mysterious realm of 10,000 spider nests where we are located is a transcendent force belonging to the origin star, a secret realm world affiliated to the Kyushu Federation. Bai Zion said slowly, telling everything he knew. Until this time, the true face of this world was slowly revealed. Honestly, it's a huge world. The original world where the human race is located is called the original world, because it is the foundation of the human race. Afterwards, the human race took the origin world as the starting point, entered various secret worlds through various space channels, and then expanded the human race's territory. According to what Bai Zion learned in school, the number of secret worlds controlled by the human race has exceeded 100. Of course, this does not mean that there are only 100 secret worlds. How many secret worlds there are, no one can be sure. Because every once in a while, it is possible for a brand new secret world to appear in any region. The major forces of the human race are constantly fighting for this. It can be said that this is an extremely prosperous golden age of beastmasters. Yes, this is the truth of the world. For the entire splendid and prosperous human civilization, the source world is the best, and it is also the most yearning place for all beastmasters. A beastmaster, after growing to a certain level, if you want to continue to develop, you must find a way to go to the source world. Bai Jingcheng nodded slightly and slowly said a sentence, describing the benefits of the source world. In this regard, Bai Xian nodded slightly, agreeing with Bai Jingcheng's statement. Because it's a fact. If nothing else, the upper limit of the medium-sized secret world is almost the diamond level, and if it goes up, it will be the amethyst level. At this level, if you want to continue to grow, you must go to the source world. Because the source world only has a channel for upward promotion. However, it is not difficult to come from the source world to the secret world. However, it is not easy to go from the secret world to the source world. Many complicated procedures, special contributions, etc., are enough to block many beastmasters. Especially for our Bai family, it is even more difficult. Bai Jingcheng turned around and talked about the trouble of this matter. However, Bai Xian was a little confused when he heard this. For ordinary beastmasters, this is indeed a difficult problem. However, for the Bai family, this does not seem to be a problem. You must know that his grandfather, Bai Jingcheng, is a diamond-level beastmaster and one of the strongest in the entire mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. With the power held by Bai Jingcheng, it should not be a problem to go to the source world. Why did Bai Jingcheng say such words? It is even said that it is even more difficult for the Bai family to go to the source world. This made Bai Xian a little puzzled. It seems that there are some secrets behind this matter. This is the secret of our Bai family. Grandpa, I am not a native inhabitant of the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. I come from the source world. Bai Jingcheng looked complicated, sighed, and slowly told the truth of the matter. I come from a family in the source world, that is, the Bai family in the source world. That's the real Bai family. There are even king-level powerhouses in the family. However, because I was young and energetic, I fought an opponent and accidentally killed the opponent. The other party has some background and is also a disciple of a big family, which immediately caused a lot of trouble. Asterisk 049 The way to go to the source world, the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation. For collect with Bai Jingcheng's remarks, Bai Xian finally understood the past. In fact, the truth is, the matter is very simple. It is the grievances of the two beastmasters, Bai Jingcheng when he was young, and the grievances of another family's children. During a battle, Bai Jingcheng accidentally killed the opponent. For the beastmaster, this is not a big deal. Because of the powerful beastmasters, battles often break out for various reasons. However, because there is a lot of power behind both sides, things have gradually become bigger. Of course, it is naturally impossible for the Bai family to allow their disciples to be bullied by people from other families. Therefore, under the handling of the Bai family, this matter has been resolved and this matter has been calmed down. But what followed was the punishment of Bai Jingcheng by the Bai family. After all, Bai Jingcheng made such a big incident and brought a lot of losses to the family. It is impossible for the Bai family to not be punished at all. Driving Bai Jingcheng to the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests is the punishment for Bai Jingcheng. However, it is impossible for the Bai family to completely cut off the opportunity for Bai Jingcheng to return to the original world. For this reason, the head of the Bai family set two conditions for Bai Jingcheng. The first condition is to successfully break through the amethyst rank and become an amethyst rank beastmaster. The second condition is to eliminate the overlord of the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests, a special phantom spider overlord with a primary amethyst. These two conditions, as long as Bai Jingcheng completes one of them, then Bai Jingcheng can return to the original world. This is what happened that year. To be honest, it's not that the Bai family is embarrassing Bai Jingcheng. In fact, this is a condition based on Bai Jingcheng's situation. Because with Bai Jingcheng's current potential, there is no small possibility that this can be done. If nothing else, Bai Jingcheng's red-eyed golden fish had the aptitude to step into the amethyst rank. However, due to a special accident, the source of the white scale fish was damaged, and its potential was reduced to diamond level. Because of this reason, Bai Jingcheng was unable to step into the amethyst grade for a long time. After a long time, Bai Jingcheng was also a little disheartened, and married and had children in the secret world of 10,000 spider nests. For this reason, there is the Bai family in the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. This is the origin of the White family. However, because of this reason, Bai Jingcheng's family could not easily leave the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. This is Bai Jingcheng's long-term regret. I didn't expect that Grandpa also had such a wonderful past. However, since Grandpa said this, you must have a way to leave the source world, right? Bai Zion was a little emotional. Although when he saw Grandpa's red-eyed golden fish before, Bai Zion guessed that Grandpa also had some pasts. It's just that Bai Zion didn't expect that this so-called past is actually like this. To be honest, it's a little bit bloody. However, considering the situation in the world of beasts, it doesn't seem particularly strange. Because the real world of beasts is a world of constant disputes and battles. Because of all kinds of fights, all kinds of things that come out are also very common. However, Bai Zion wouldn't be particularly worried about not being able to leave the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. Because he knew his grandfather. If Bai Jingchong hadn't found a way, he would never have said such words. Presumably, Bai Jingchong had already thought of a way to go to the source world, so he chose to talk about his past in front of Bai Zion. Little Slick, I know I can't hide it from you, Bai Jingchong said helplessly, showing a smile. It's basically impossible for me to fulfill the requirements set by the family, so I can only find another way. Finally, I thought of a special method. If it can be successful, maybe it can send you out and let you go to the source world. Bai Jingchong said slowly, his face became serious. This method is the college entrance examination. Like the previous awakening ceremony, the college entrance examination is also a method for the entire Kyushu Federation to select talents. For this reason, the college entrance examination will cover all regions of the Kyushu Federation, and even the secret worlds under the Kyushu Federation. Of course, the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests we are in is no exception. As for the method that Grandpa said, if you can get excellent grades in the college entrance examination, you can successfully enter the top 10 universities. Then, you can avoid the rules of the Bai family and go to the source world. Bai Jingchong said slowly, telling the secret inside. Bai Jingchong has almost completely given up on his own return to the source world. Because his upper limit has been locked, there is almost no possibility of breaking through the amethyst level. Therefore, he can only find other ways to send his family back to the original world. This method is the college entrance examination. In the college entrance examination, if you successfully enter the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation, you can bypass the rules of the Bai family. Because the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation, it is said that their principals are all powerful beyond the king level. Such strength has surpassed the coverage of the Bai family's family power. After all, the top powerhouse of the Bai family is only a king-level existence. In the face of a powerhouse that surpassed the king level, even if it was as powerful as the Bai family, he would not dare to hinder him in any way. This is what Bai Jingchong thought of, how to bypass the rules of the Bai family. I have to say that this method is very special, and ordinary people can't imagine it at all. But if you think about it, there is a possibility. However, at this time, Bai Zion frowned slightly and didn't seem to like this method very much. Because of the method that Grandpa said, at most Bai Zion can be sent out of the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. However, his grandfather Bai Jingchong, and even his parents, still had to stay in the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. This is not something Bai Zion wants to see. According to his idea, even if he wants to go to the source world, he should bring his family. This is Bai Zion's purpose. For this reason, Bai Zion was in deep thought. Xiaoan, what are you thinking? Are you worried that you won't be able to get into the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation when you take the college entrance examination? Seeing Bai Zion, who was in deep thought, Bai Jingchong was puzzled and called out to Bai Zion. Nothing, Grandpa, I believe I can do it. Bai Zion came back to his senses, showed a smile, and said to Bai Jingchong. After thinking about it just now, Bai Zion has already made up his mind. Going to the source world, Bai Zion will not give up. At that time, he would not give up on family matters. As for how to do this, he still needs to think slowly. Asterisk 050 High School 3-year goal, Gold level Beastmaster. For collection, of course, Bai Zion is not in a hurry. Because he has just finished the high school entrance examination, and he has not even entered high school. In other words, Bai Zion has 3 years left. He still has a lot of time to slowly prepare for this. Therefore, Bai Zion doesn't need to worry at all, he can just plan slowly. By the way, Grandpa, if you want to be admitted to the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation, what kind of strength do you need? Bai Zion changed the subject and asked Bai Jingchong. After listening to Bai Jingchong's words, he had already made up his mind to find a way to take his family and leave the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests together and go to the origin world. After all, that's where the real stage is. But having said that, you can think slowly about getting all your family members to leave the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests. However, for the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation, he is bound to win. However, Bai Zion is not very clear about the situation of these 10 institutions and what the requirements are for students. Therefore, he also needs to know about it in advance. According to the usual situation, if you want to be close to the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation, there is a basic condition, and that is to become a gold-level Beastmaster. Bai Jingchong looked serious and said a word slowly. Ordinary Royal Beast University, the difficulty may be lower. However, it can be said that it is difficult to become a top 10 student in the Kyushu Federation. According to the rules he summed up, at least one has to step into the realm of a gold-level Beastmaster before this can be accomplished. In this regard, Bai Zion was also a little shocked when he heard Bai Jingchong's words. Under normal circumstances, the time for a newcomer to awaken his talent for fighting beasts is in the middle school entrance examination, that is, when he is 15 years old. In other words, if you want to be admitted to the top 10 universities, you need to reach the gold rank within 3 years. This kind of difficulty, for ordinary students, is simply more difficult than reaching the sky. For example, Bai Zion went to Candlelight City before, and the high school students in Minanjian City met on the centipede train. It took them a year to raise their pet beasts to the 5th or 6th order level. Give them 3 years, and by the time they graduate from high school, they will be black iron at most. However, if Bai Zion wants to pursue the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation, he needs to be promoted to the gold level within 3 years. You can imagine how difficult it is here. For this reason, Bai Zion was a little shocked. Of course, Bai Zion wasn't too worried. Because of his special situation. You know, he has a mythical talent and a perfect mythical beast. Space. With these 2 trump cards in hand, it is not impossible for him to step into the gold level within 3 years. If you think about it, you can see what Bai Zion has done before. After contracting the white-scaled fish, Bai Zion successfully stepped into the black iron level in less than a month. As long as he crosses the bronze level and the silver level, he can step into the gold level. Therefore, Bai Zion is really not worried about the gold level requirement. Grandpa knows that this matter is not easy. However, the family will do everything possible to help you improve. Of course, if you don't want to, Grandpa won't force you to do this. Bai Jingchong seemed to think that Bai Zion was frightened by this condition, so he could not help comforting Bai Zion. To be honest, Bai Jingchong knows how difficult this matter is. In fact, even high school students in the source world, it is difficult for them to step into the gold level within 3 years. Because the gold content of the top 10 universities is really amazing. Otherwise, the Bai family, which has king-level powerhouses, would not be afraid. It can be said that this matter itself has a lot of difficulty, not an easy task. In fact, Bai Jingchong didn't put his hope on Bai Zion at the beginning, but on Bai Zion's father, Bai Chenzi. Just look at Bai Chenzi's name. Bai Jingchong originally hoped that his son Bai Chenzi could inherit his will and return to the original world. It's a pity that Bai Chenzi is still slightly inferior. Although Bai Chenzi also belongs to the type of genius. However, it is too difficult to successfully step into the gold level at the age of 18. It was not until he was in his early 20s that Bai Chenzi stepped into the gold level, which also missed the opportunity to return to the original world. At that time, Bai Jingchong had completely given up on this matter. Therefore, after Bai Zion was born, he gave Bai Zion the name Zion. I hope Bai Zion can live a peaceful and stable life. Instead of attaching his own will to his grandson, it can be said that the name change of Bai Zion and his son is also the change of Bai Jingchong's mood. It's just that Bai Jingchong didn't expect that since Bai Zion awakened his talent for fighting beasts, everything has changed. In just 1 month, Bai Zion has undergone earth-shaking changes. Mutated beast. Master talent? A highly qualified pet beast white scale fish. Brand new evolution chain? Unbelievable real combat power. Everything Bai Zion has shown has far exceeded Bai Jingchong's imagination. Bai Jingchong can be sure. Even when he was in the original world, it was difficult for him to find a genius comparable to Bai Zion. In this case, Bai Jingchong had some ideas again. He wanted to send Bai Zion out of the mysterious world of 10,000 spider nests and let Bai Zion enter the source world for development. For this reason, Bai Jingchong only talked about this matter after the white scalefish successfully evolved into the white shadow giant scalefish. Don't worry, Grandpa, I'm fine. On the contrary, my fighting spirit is very good now, and I can't wait to participate in the college entrance examination immediately, Bai Zion said with a smile, softening the atmosphere a little. To be honest, Bai Zion's fighting spirit is even higher after knowing the past of the Bai family. If the former Bai Zion had only one distant goal, that was to become the strongest Beastmaster. Now, Bai Zion has one more short-term goal. That is, in 3 years, break through the gold level and become a golden Beastmaster. And in the college entrance examination 3 years later, he was successfully admitted to the top 10 universities in the Kyushu Federation. That's Bai Zion's short-term goal. Then, when he grows up, he will find a way to solve Bai Jingchong's matter and let all the Bai family go to the source world. That's what Bai Zion is thinking now. Bai Jingchong just nodded slightly to tell Bai Zion not to worry too much. After this matter was over, Bai Zion walked out of the study and returned to his room. Star.